Microsoft Excel 2016, Troubleshooting, Hide, and Unhide. Let's say that we want to hide two columns in the middle of our workbook. Let's say column C and D. I'm going to select those, right click, hide, and now I know that my missing columns are C and D. I can see that B skips over to E. So if I select B and E, I know that C and D are in between. I right click, unhide, and they come back. But let's say that I have a huge worksheet and I'm not sure which cells are missing. I'm going to hide again. So let's say I select my entire sheet, not being sure where the cells are. If I right click and unhide, it really doesn't work. If we click view and in the window group, we don't even have an unhide option here. So how do we get the hidden cells back? We could do an undo. I'm going to go back and redo, but what if I already entered some data and I don't want to undo some information that I've added to the sheet? If you look real close, I'm going to blow my screen up here. So if you look really close between the B and E, you can see that the information is basically still there. It's just really skinny. I'm going to zoom back out. So if you just hover your mouse where the missing information is, notice how it turns into the arrow with the line through it. Then left click and drag, and basically you just stretch it back out again. Here's the other issue with unhide. Let's say if I hide the leftmost cells instead of something in the middle of the sheet, I'm going to right click and click hide. So now if I select, I can't select on either side like I did before when it was in the middle of the sheet. If I right click and hit unhide, it doesn't work. So we will have to do the same thing. If you look really close, there's a little line there. We hover our mouse, left click and drag, there's B, and then we have to do it again for A, and then we have A and B back. What if you make a mistake and hide your entire spreadsheet? Let's say that I made a mistake. Instead of selecting a column, I selected the entire workbook or worksheet, and I right click and click hide. Now everything's gone. I can't see a sheet. I just have a gray area here. And notice I don't have an unhide option here. And if I try to select here and right click, I don't get a right click option. In this instance, there's two things you could do. You want to immediately click undo. If you do other things before that, then you might have to undo several times. You can go back to undo 12 times in Office 2016. The other option is simply just close without saving. Here's another way to unhide something if you're having trouble. Let's say that I hide A and B again, or A and B column, and I'm having trouble using the mouse feature where I drag it to make it bigger. Just select the entire sheet at the Home tab. Over in the Cells group, click Format, and since I hid entire columns, I would go to column width, and you want to make the width big enough so you could see. We'll click OK, and I made it 25, and you can see that they're back now. And you could probably do the same thing if you made a mistake and hit a row that you can't get back. Let's say that I hit the first 8 rows here. I'm going to click Hide. I'll select the entire sheet, Format, Row Height. Let's make it 10. OK. And then my rows are back. And as you can see, 10 wasn't big enough, maybe 15. And you can see now it's all at a normal size.